we're talking about with the recoveries. Imagine trying to PK Thunder and just watching your Thunder go flying the other way. But now, we're just going to have to wait and see as we go into game 1, a choice of PS2 with Hykonic just jumping around, looking to waiting for Rozza to make the first move.
Now, what's really interesting about these two players is they have actually played twice before. So they played twice in 2020, but in the early part of the year.
Yeah.
Okay, so they played once at the One Life Left convention, and then once at a weekly at the Tea Time Weekly. And both times, Rozza has taken it without dropping a game. So he's currently 5 games up on Hykonic. So we're going to have to see some real changes in Hykonic's game plan coming into this matchup here if we're going to see him take away the victory.
Oh, absolutely. But as we were saying, that was a year ago. This is Hykonic's chance. He's looking a little bit more confident. Unfortunately, losing his stock here, but he has done 72%. It's looking quite close, but the majority of the damage has been coming from Arsene, which he now needs to wait for once again.
Yeah, about halfway through charged with that Arsene here. And this is the interesting thing, right? I was talking about Hykonic using all of his tools off stage and really making sure that Rozza can't get back. But actually, all we've seen so far is him trying to contest Ness in the center of the stage. In this matchup, that's not... Oh, no.
The pineapple! No! Hykonic, you need to be careful there. It's just... Getting pineappled is one of the worst feelings. As long as you don't let it get into your mentality, he should be able to move on from this. He's taken the first stock, and now it looks like he's now just trying to play more for center stage. He doesn't want to let Rozza have this pure amount of stage control that he has had, but it doesn't look like it's working with Rozza holding down this ledge trap, looking for another PK fire, constantly pushing Hykonic away. Are we going to see a down air? Not quite.
Yeah, so I think that if I'm in Hykonic's situation right now, I'm not thinking about this game anymore, right? I'm not thinking, okay, how do I come back in this game? I'm thinking, what am I going to do to adapt in this next game, right? And I just... we always tell this funny story, right, of a time at Escape Smash, Reality Smash, where it was actually you and I playing, right? I was in disadvantage, and what I did was I went and I sat at the other side of the stage and I waited for you to approach me. And that is exactly what I want to see Hykonic do in this next game. I want him to go and sit at the ledge and not move and wait for Rozza to approach, because Ness, apart from his fair, he doesn't have that great advantage tools, right?
For sure, yeah.
PK Fire isn't really that great on the approach, and he can only do it at 2 angles. So it's going to be very easy for Rozza to work around that and to, for Hykonic to work around that and to beat that out. So what I really want to see is for Hykonic to just stop challenging him in the middle of the stage, because you're not getting any advantage from that, right? You're not winning by doing that. So I want a complete change of game plan in this second game.
Yeah, Joker is a really good bait and punish character. When you're constantly trying to push that advantage, it just doesn't work as well. Sure, Joker can do it, but in this matchup, it's just not the play. But we're going to be going into game 2, a different stage choice. We're going to be going for small battlefields. It's close, but different platforms may help for things like drag downs for Joker. He can keep Ness all the way up here for much longer. Unfortunately, not able to get that little grab from the up B just to continue on his combos. And he's doing what we're talking about. He's waiting for Rozza to approach.
Okay, he went... See, that is exactly what I was talking about, right? The first time he went forward the whole game, he took percent for it.
Yeah.
So he's managed to rack up 60, 70% by waiting, by baiting and punishing.
Yep.
Every single time that he's moving forwards, he's taking percent. The game is telling him, no, this is wrong. You're not supposed to be doing this. And so I really want to see more of a patient gameplay here from Hykonic.
Yeah, it looks like it's starting to work. These games are looking a lot more even, but with these PK fire setups, Hykonic really needs to be careful here. Rozza's been pushing him constantly towards the edge. He's been able to get out of disadvantage so consistently. He looks like he's relaxing. He's almost taken this first stock and is gonna try to go out for it. But being in a ledge trap against Ness is scary. He has so many tools. And of course, these disjoints with the read.
Yes,
he was
good.
waiting. He could have gone for a grab. He knew what Hykonic was going for. He went up. He got that up air. And he's going to try and continue on his advantage, holding center stage, constantly pushing Hykonic into the corner where he's struggling to get out.
So what I want to talk about here is what I would like to see from Hykonic throughout the rest of the game. Oh, actually, just cheeky little taunt from a Hykonic there. So this is something that I found really interesting, right? So obviously Bloom has been very outspoken about how he doesn't believe that Bayonetta can work at a high level, right?
Yep.
Or at the highest level, and one of the tools that he tried to pick up in order to deal with that was actually having a Joker secondary.
Yeah.
And he didn't really find that much success with that. And I found that very, very fascinating because Joker has the capability to control the pace of the game very, very well. And speaking to Pelly at Regen, he feels like that's Bloom's biggest strong suit is his control of the pace in the game.
Yeah.
He has a very good game sense of when he's in advantage, when he's in disadvantage, when it's his turn to play. And I'm just very surprised that his Joker didn't see success. And actually, I'm seeing right here, that's why this is Hyconic's downfall, is I don't feel like he's got that sense of the pace of the game. I don't feel like, saying that, we have an absolutely explosive F-smash coming up from Hykonic there.
That was completely unexpected. I mean, sometimes you have to go for those reads when you're in a disadvantage. He's going to hope to try to even this out, but being put in the corner against Ness. Rozza has given him all the way at the bottom. He is unfortunately not going to tether out, and Rozza is going to move on, taking the 2-0.
Yeah, very nice by Rozza there. You know, obviously I was talking a lot during that set about, you know, these are the things that I wanted Hykonic to do, right?
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because, you know, what we talked about before that game one, you know, in between sets, was we wanted to see Rozza use his Ness's tools, right, his offstage tools. We saw 3-4 different gimps in that, in both game one and game two. That was the main way that he was actually taking those sets from Hykonic, right?
Yeah.
So we saw the game plan that we foresaw, you know, executed to a T. You know, it was really great play by Rozza. And so the reason that I was sort of leaning away from talking about it is because you can only say so much positive about a player, right? You can only continue to sort of say, yeah, and we see Rozza doing this right again, we see Rozza doing this right again.
Yep.
But it is important to note, especially while we've got a little bit of down